Kale!
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Oh, come on. Poor girl. Damn it.
Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
I've always said it. I hate the Fatui. I hate the Fatui. 1, because they're assholes. 2, because they're annoying as fuck to fight. 3, because of what they did to poor Kale. Like, oh boy. Ooh, the doctor, when I get my hands on him, I'm going to put him through the exact same process.
Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that.
Is she okay? Oh, we get to hear an actual Nirvana voice. Alright, I'm just gonna go a little bit more here, out to the point where I can escape this place. Relax, Paimon.
Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area. Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look.
Yo, I literally know how this goes. Whoa. Whoa. Why are we in Inizuma?
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
How are we? We're in Inizuma now, but... What the hell's happening? Oh, hell. Ah, man, really? Alright, guys, you have something I need. I need you to give it to me. I wish you didn't all spread out like this. Like, I wanted you to go that way. I hate it when it does that. What the hell? He didn't take any damage. You really just said better luck next time, buddy. Really? So you don't want things to go over fast and easy.
Windblade!
Where did the Hydro element even come from? What is the... Whoa! I'm on the drugs, mama! Oh, I've taken some of the funny pills. I'm as high as a fly. Yeah, this ain't weird. Oof. Where am I now? I like how I'm getting tutorials for so many things I've already done. Whoa, here we go again. We're in Inizuma again.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute.
I think we're desynchronizing.
Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Something's wrong in the Animus. Why are we in Inizuma? And... come on. Uh-oh. Oh! Woo! That didn't feel so good. The way that just changed, oof. Why are we specifically coming back to Inizuma? Whoa, here we go again. Okay, I tried to activate that a lot sooner. No. Oh, shit.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
You gotta be kidding me. Again with this guy? Why can't we catch a break? Really? Why can't we get some good fighting music? No, Abyssal nothing.
Phantasmagoria! Nice and spicy! Eat this! By royal
Yeah, stay in the corner, buddy. No, you get back over there. You take your hits like a man. Are you not taking damage?
Midnight
Oh, he's actually not taking damage. You're not supposed to defeat him. I didn't break something, no?
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are.
My journey will not end here. I still must find my brother.
Your brother? Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
Telling you, man, these longer loading screens are really killing me. Huh? What was all that just now? Strange. It feels like I was just dreaming for a moment there, but I can't remember what I saw.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that?
Sorry, I kind of zoned out there for a second.
Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
The Urana must have given it to her.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Is it a little round creature? Kind of like a cabbage.
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
Paimon, Paimon, we had an entire side quest to do with them.
No,
Did
I
you
actually do
forget?
believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here.
I think Paimon has forgotten the errata. The forest waters, remember?
You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irmin's soul.
She just
Even
disappeared.
after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, My heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave.
Just doing a little jig. Hitting the gritty, as the kids say.
In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me.
What fascinating creatures. Sounds like a great neighbor.
Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. There are specialties after all.
You know, I want to talk for a second. With the little dream we had that the Arana put us into, I know why it's focused, it had Inizuma there. And, you know, we know why the Abyss Herald is there to make Vilmine be like, oh, am I not gonna receive my brother? And this guy always comes back around. And, the reason it was focused on Inizuma was because when Vilmine was leaving A's home after Senora died, she was getting that headache, which I can't tell if it was a reaction to A's power or if it was just something else. But that's kind of why Inizuma is focused on, I believe.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari came to visit.
When you passed out from not having anything? Alright, well, for now, I think I'm going to leave that there for myself. I'll come back and do this later. I still have 26 whole days before this update ends, and before this event goes away. So, yeah, I still have a lot of time. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some recording in Saints Row done with Zach, you know, see what goes on there. But depending on if I see him in a party with somebody right now, that will change plans severely, of course. So, you know. Alright, I don't know what the fuck happened. But to continuing this off, which this should have been the end, and now things don't seem right, is because I started recording to continue off the part here, and for some reason when I ended the clip by saving it, it only saved 3 seconds. The photo of the clip ending showed me right here, but it was only 3 seconds in total. What the fuck happened? God damn it, that cannot be happening in this game, man. I can't get shit back. Anyway, let me try and tell you what the fuck happened, and also have to get this shit back. So basically, what we learned here, from what you missed, is that, you know, we just made some food, gave it to Hypatia, and Hypatia talked about, you know, the different states of a researcher that goes through trying to connect to Irminsul, and she was saying that, you know, Vilmine connected to Irminsul very easily, while some researchers could never do it through a full lifetime. And then we were talking about the Aranara, and how, you know, they give children and everything dreams, And she was saying that adults in Sumeru do not dream. And so I gave the theory that there's just no way they just don't dream. Or I was saying, like, maybe when you're a kid, you know, you have all your dreams, because, well, basically I was just saying that Sumeru, when you're an adult, you've completely cut ties with childhood. Once you can no longer see the Aranara, childhood is gone for you. Completely. You can't even regress to a memory. Because it's gone. But the other main one I was getting on is that if adults aren't having dreams, then I had wondered if somewhere deeper in the academia, if dreams are being stolen by those researchers. And it could be a possible thing. Also, when I did end the clip, I wanted to check it to see if there was any static. So thank God I wanted to check it, because, well, it was only 3 seconds. It was enough for me to explain it to you as I just did, but I still wish we didn't just lose it. So I hope that doesn't happen again. And I do hope my microphone isn't emitting any static. I'm gonna check again after this, though. What is this about? I didn't grab these yet. And the treasure hunting Siwi is here in Sumeru, but we need to wait a week for it all to be here anyway, so I'm not in any rush.
If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me.
About dreams.
Even though that little neighbor of mine was able to induce a state of dreaming, I doubt they were able to control the actual contents of the dream. The end of your dream seemed quite terrifying. Perhaps there's something that's troubling you deep inside? Not to worry, though. I'm sure you'll be able to handle whatever comes your way in the real world. As someone from Sumeru who cannot dream, I needn't ever worry about nightmares. But lately, I've started to feel that I'm somehow missing something without dreams. It's a little hard to explain. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me.
That is where I'm thinking about. Maybe the dreams are being stolen.
Sumeru researchers use Spirit-Born Ale to assist them in connecting with Irminsul to extract knowledge from it. Though the process can be risky, we believe that the knowledge gained is worth it.
I've also thought that maybe the Greater Ward was also as small as Kusanali is supposed to be shown. And I'm thinking, like, that's another thing to why when you're an adult, your ties with childhood are practically cut. Because even the god herself is basically a child.
Unfortunately, I cannot help you understand your dream. At least not yet. I'm still learning how to attune to the depths of Irminsul myself. I hope that I'll be able to ascend past Satyavada life and gain deeper insights.
Satyavada wife is one of the researcher-like levels when dealing with Irminsul.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of fairy-like creatures. But I'm from Sumeru City, and have never heard of such things when I was a child. Perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My parents would seldom allow me to play with other children. I doubt they'd ever believe me if I told them about my little neighbor out here. And speaking of my little neighbor, I think they can somehow sense when Tainari is coming to visit me. I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, they'll suddenly tense up and scamper away for no apparent reason. Shortly after they do this, Tainari always shows up here. Perhaps I should ask Tainari about this the next time I see him. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else, take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area. I would be happy to chat with you.
Yeah, so part of me wants to end the clip here, but a part of me thinks that maybe the stupid bullshit should be fixed now. So, why did that just, what? I don't know why that just did that. But yeah, I'm hoping that crap should be fixed now. And let's just go back to the village. I'm gonna check again after this. I'm just hoping it's fixed and we're not gonna lose anything here. Because there was no reason for that footage to have cut like that.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort. And now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Immorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
What, the earpiece?
Oh, what is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that...
We need to say goodbye to Kali.
That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gandharvaville. You should be able to find her there.
About Kali.
Don't you worry about Kale. I'll look after her. I'll find a way to understand the relationship between the withering and her disease. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gandharvaville. It seems there's a major project underway at the Academia, and my master has also joined the effort. But I can't afford to leave Gundharvaville now. Things are not going well here in the rainforest, and Kale needs someone to watch over her. Besides, I was never one for all the pomp and circumstance of life at the Academia. Given that my master hasn't come to give me an earful personally, tells me that my presence is not as sorely needed as they make it out to be. In fact, the letter he sent to me was uncharacteristically polite. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of... Farewell, traveler.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and end this here. And hopefully the video clip will actually be saved this time. And I will hope there's no static in it either.